I just wanted to make this video real quick because, because of the current political climate and things that we've already been going through. And then today, while dancing, the message was really coming through strong, so I just wanted to share it. Oh, period, my bangs. I'm just filming on top of my sewing table. I'm propping my phone up with my sewing machine, and the little light that's on my face is literally just the light of my sewing machine. But anyways, with this current administration, things are going to be different. That is for sure. The only thing constant is change, right? The only thing that's ever constant is change. So for sure things are going to be different during this administration, but that does not mean, go running through the streets, shouting, hooting and hollering, because of fear and everything. The British are coming, the British are coming. No. Yeah, sure, the powers that may be or whatever, they're gonna try their best to do whatever they want to do, follow, carry out their agendas and stuff like that. But and I'm speaking through a two-spirit point of view, but this is something that members of the Western modern LGBTQ community can also relate to and understand. And also any others that are just not in alignment with this current administration. We have literally gone through so much in the past. Think about it, like, the world has improved for so many groups throughout history. The women's suffrage movement, of course, LGBT rights and things like that. And also us indigenous peoples getting the right to vote and citizenship in the 1800s, and then the right to vote later. And then also things like the closing of residential schools and things like that. We have come so far. So why would we have to be scared of this administration? We have nothing to fear, but fear yourself. Come on, President. No. But really and truly, we have nothing to fear but fear itself, because boats cannot sink unless the water gets inside. And boats are made to be out on the water. The only way a boat can sink is if the water gets inside. You have to make sure that you're not going to let the water get inside. You know what I mean? You have to make sure that you're not going to let that fear overcome you and overtake you and completely immobilize you, because that's what they want. That's what, back during COVID, that's what all of the every day, like clockwork, the news would announce several times during the day. This is the death count. This is the number of cases in your area. This is the number of cases in your county. This is the number of cases in your city or whatever, in your state, in your nation. This is the number of deaths in your city. This is the number of deaths in your state or province, whatever. This is the number of deaths in your country. Because that fear was feeding the machine, that fear, and it still does in so many different ways. That's why you have to not let that overcome you and immobilize you. Don't let that take you out of the game, because we have made it through too much and gone through too much and grown through too much and learned from so much. And if you think that you have, if you have had a relatively easy life and haven't experienced that much hardship and things like that, okay, well, think of your ancestors. If you go back far enough, then they were fighting just to survive. And every single person that is living today is a direct offspring of so many, umpteen ancestors. And all of those ancestors lived their lives and now carry on that medicine, those teachings, that knowledge, that experience, that strength, those hardships that they went through, that they got through. And even if they're no longer on this side, and you can't speak to them like the way you and I speak, if you need their help, they're there to help you. All you have to do is just ask. That's all you have to do. They cannot help with things if you do not ask. So you need to explicitly ask with help, getting over the fear, and asking them, please help me through my intuition, or however you want. Help me to know what are the next steps that I should take, and what are the best steps for me to take. What are the best actions for me to do in this time? What is the best way to return to my center of peace whenever shit hits the fan, whenever things go wrong, whenever this new bill gets passed, or this old one gets revoked, or whatever. Ancestors, help me through that, for you have gone through so much more. Our ancestors have gone through so much that we could never even fathom what they have gone through. And we have gone through, chances are you have gone through so much shit that the next person couldn't even fathom, wouldn't even, be able to get up from. But look at us here. And if you're watching these videos for a reason, I really hate to be like, YouTube message channeler, cliche with that. But for real, like, if you're aligning with this message, then you're aligning with this message, and it's for you, because you are a badass motherfucker. And you are strong, and your lineage is strong. And that's anybody and everybody. Like, every single person that is alive, like I said, has ancestors. Period. Like, there's no way you could be alive right now and not have ancestors. Call on them. Ask them to help you, to guide you, to love on you, to bless you, to protect you. Whatever it is you need help with, ask them. Ask them to help you sorting out the matters of your heart, if that's what you need. Ask them to help you decide on things. Ask them to help you grow through, learn from your experiences and grow through them, so that you don't have to keep repeating that cycle on and on and on again. Or if you're trying to break certain generational cycles, ask them to help you with that. Because if it's generational, then they probably went through that too. It wouldn't be generational if at least one of your ancestors did not go through that, So they lived through that, and they didn't, if it got to you, then they did not end that cycle. That cycle did not end with them, but they did live through it, and they have those experiences. So you can ask them for their help in breaking that cycle. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say, don't be afraid of the new administration. We've been through way worse shit, and we'll get through it, like always. One of the best things that I can leave here at the end of the video to help is the power of community, the medicine of community. You need to find your community. Do that by, if you don't already have community, then find your community. If you can't find a community for you, then build your community. Like that movie, I think it's called Field of Dreams, the one with the baseball field, and build it and they will come. If you cannot find your community anywhere near you, then build it and they will come. Just be authentically yourself, authentically you. And I know that's literally what everybody and their mama says. And it's so much easier said than done, especially during this administration and the current political climate. But if you cannot do it safely outwardly, then do it unapologetically inwardly. Unapologetically inwardly, you need to be yourself and wholly you. And not for the sake of others, but for your sake. You need this for you. You need to pour into your cup and fill your cup up and become whole. And that's a whole journey in and of itself, you know. It's not overnight thing, you know, whatever. But just the act of you acknowledging that and starting to work on that, you will start to find people that align with that are on that same path in a similar way, and that is how you build your community. Go to events, seek out events in your area that you would like to go to them, get over the fear of being seen, get over it, because the fear of being seen is outweighed by the medicine of community. If you let that fear overtake you and knock you out, immobilize you, then you will not be able to enjoy the medicine of community, because you have to get over the fear of being seen in order to access and fully be a part of community. So find your community. If you can't find one through going to events and things like that, or whatever, just being in spaces where you enjoy to be and being unapologetically yourself in those spaces, then build that community and they will come. And then another thing that I can say is, right when the wildfires started in California, I have some friends there, so I was like, I was, feeling all kinds of fear and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I went on Instagram just to, scroll to evade those emotions. And then I saw a reel come up from Ram Dass, and it was like, I'm just going to paraphrase it because I don't remember exactly what it was, and it was, I don't remember everything that was exactly said in the video, but you can probably go on Ram Dass's Instagram and find it. But it was a reel of him saying, sometimes we are faced with such immense fear when you find yourself standing there looking into an ocean of fear, overwhelmed and overcome by an ocean of fear. The best thing to do is what you can. The best thing to do in that moment is to do what you can. And that doesn't matter how small or how big or whatever. The best thing to do when faced with an ocean of fear is what you can. Because I was feeling so distraught and so fearful and so scared and so everything. I was feeling everything. And I didn't want to feel it. So I sought refuge in scrolling on Instagram. And that was like one of the, if not the very first thing I saw as soon as I opened Instagram, one of the first reels I saw. And he said, when faced with an ocean of fear, an overwhelming ocean of fear, the best thing to do is do what you can. And then he named some quotes that, said similar things, which I don't remember. But in that moment, I was like, okay, period. Like, just that realization, just that presence, just that mindfulness, just that being in the moment, just that being in the present moment and escaping the ocean of fear that was roiling in my mind, I said, okay, you know what? Well, I know exactly what I can do. I'm a dance jingle. Then I danced. I danced and danced and danced. I danced for my friends individually and danced for, everything that was going on as a whole. And that made me feel so much better because I knew that I had done something and I was secure and safe and whole after doing that. Because not only did that help me to calm down and get myself right, my head right, that helped you know, the people that I danced for and stuff like that, and the situation. You know, so when faced with an ocean of fear, the best thing and most important thing for you to do is what you can do, no matter how small, big, whatever. If it's donating $1 to some kind of relief fund after a natural disaster or whatever, great, amazing, period. If it's, just sending out prayers, whatever, whichever way you pray, whatever belief system you believe in, sending out prayers and telling your those in your community and your circle, hey, this is going on, I'm not sure if you're aware, let's pray about it. Let's pray for this situation to end or get better, or for these people to recover, heal, things like that, whatever. And yeah, there was another like tip that, or whatever, another piece of advice I was gonna give, but I honestly don't remember it. So I honestly don't remember it, but you have nothing to fear. Don't let that fear knock you out. Don't let that fear take you out of the game, because that's exactly what they want. Overcome that fear. Literally from Dune, if you have not watched Dune, you need to watch Dune. Because I am like such a big Dune nerd. I love Dune so much. I need to read the books, but I saw the movies, the modern movies, not the 1980 whatever movie. I saw the modern movies, and the thing that they say about fear, fear is the little death, whatever, and the exercise that they give to do with that, oh my god, that is golden. That is beautiful, that is delicious, and I do it all the time. And I am such a Dune nerd, so I love that they put something like that in there. Like, that was such a good movie. I had to go back and watch that movie like 3 times in the movie theater because it was so good. And I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow because it's late, but I think I'm gonna rewatch it tomorrow because I love that movie. But anyways, fear is the little death. Like, that's exactly what they want. This administration wants to invoke fear and all of that, so that it knocks you out of the game, so that it kills you. It's the little death. They want to knock you out of the game, take you out of the game. Don't let someone else take you out of the game. Don't let someone else take you out of the damn game. So, even if you're feeling fearful, just feel it for that 1 second, and then let it pass through you, like they say in Dune. Let it pass through you, and see that you are still there after it has passed through you. Don't let it overwhelm you. And remember, when faced with an ocean of fear, the best and most important thing to do is do what you can. Do what you can. And remember there's safety in numbers. Not only that, that goes to the community thing I was talking about earlier, but not only is there safety in numbers, but the power of community. When you are in community with people, oh, ciao. There's just so much medicine in community, and that is what this wannabe dystopian society, baby, wannabe dystopian society is trying to push on us through commercialistic individualism. Just spend, all for you, and nobody else. Now, you do need to pour into your cup before you pour into that of others, but you do need to be a part of a community, and you do need to be part of that community. You need to be a healthy part of that community. You need to give to that community and nourish that community, and that will be returned to you abundantly. It will be not even equally reciprocated. It will be over reciprocated. You will have plenty of people to pour into you and help nourish and nurture you and appreciate and love you for who you are, if you show up into community, authentically you, and bring your medicine, bring all it is that you are to that space for the benefit of the community. And I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't even remember how I got here talking about community real quick. It's probably because I was going to end the video, but anyways, what I just said earlier was all that you are, being all that you are in your community. There's a song, I'm going to put it in the description, because this is like really important. Please listen to this song. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's classified as a song or whatever, but it's on an album by this native artist, and I'm gonna put it in the description. But in the song or whatever, she talks about, or excuse me, they talk about. I'm not sure what gender they go by. They talk about, but this is a two-spirit artist. They talk about I am all that and so much more. In the song, they say, I am all that, I know I am all that others say that I am, and so much more. And it just keeps going on. This and this, and I am this and this and this, and so much more. And so much more. And so much more. You are so much more than you think you are, than you give yourself credit for being, than others give you credit for being, than others say you are, than your community knows you are. You are so much more. So don't let that fear take you out of the game. Because fear is a little death. Period. And that's it. So, this administration ain't nothing new. The game ain't changed. It just goes by a different name. Same horse, different rider. It's the same thing, Same thing. Just like, I don't even need to liken it to any more analogies. Y'all get it already. Y'all get it. The game has not changed. It's just the name and the players that have changed. Same horse in the race, just a different jockey. That's it. Just a different rider. That's it. So we have already been through this shit, and we're going to get through it, period. We already got through it. We done already got through it in the past, in our lifetimes, in our ancestors' lifetimes, so there's absolutely no way that we won't get through it. And not even just survive through it, but flourish, grow through it. So, yeah, that's my video. I did not think it was going to be like 22-something minutes of me talking here, but that's just how it is, period. And I love doing it. I love talking, if y'all can't tell, period. I love talking. It's my superpower, Yeah. Don't reduce yourself down for others either. Don't cut off parts of you to make yourself more palatable. Let them choke. Like that one lady said, from, I think it was a TikTok or something a long time ago. She was like, don't cut yourself into bite-sized pieces for other people when they can't handle you. Let them choke. And that, period. Let them choke. Like, if they can't handle you, then you are not for them. That is not your community. That is not your person. That is not your whatever. They're not in alignment with you if they cannot handle you. Be unapologetically and authentically you as possible. If not on the outside, then you damn well better be sure to be that on the inside, wholly and completely, period. And that's it. That's the end of my video. Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk, period. Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk. Love y'all, and if y'all haven't seen Dune, then y'all gotta get on that Dune game, because I love Dune so much. If I talked for 24 minutes and something seconds about this message, I could talk for days about Dune. And I don't even know that much about Dune. I've just seen the movies. Imagine if I had read the books, honey. Oh no, child. I could go on a filibuster. I could be, whatever the longest filibuster record is talking about Dune. But anyways, that's just me being funny. Anyways, I love y'all. I'm gonna get off of here.